Charleston area, and really the state of South Carolina. I'm Walter Hunley. I'm Chairman of the Board of the Charleston County Aviation Authority. And on the stage today, in addition to the speakers and the members of the board, I just wanted to introduce a lot of folks that showed up. If we were in church, I'd say just introduce yourselves to each other. So let me get through. But we got Mayor Keith Summey, Mayor John Tecklenburg, Mayor Will Haney, our Treasurer Spencer Pryor, Secretary Helen Hill, Margaret Seidler, Henry Fishman, and General Counsel Arnold Goodstein. And not wanting to miss a crowd, we have a lot of influential people who helped make this happen. We have Mayor Johnson came down, Senator Sean Bennett, Senator Larry Grooms, Representative Leon Stafford-Nackett, Representative Crosby, and Representative Denny. Joining me on the front row of the podium are our special guest, Simon Brooks. Can't tell you anything about him. He'll speak for himself. Okay? Secretary of Commerce Bobby Hood, who we've been working with Bobby for about 3 years on this. He put a lot into this issue. In case you don't know it, Bobby grew up a few blocks from me downtown, so he's looking out for Charleston as well as the state. Thank you, Bobby. We have Director of Department of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism, Dwayne Harris, has also been very instrumental. He's given you a few words of wisdom. Chairman of Charleston County Council, Judge Rawl. Our airport CEO and Director, Paul Campbell, also sometimes erstwhile Senator from Berkeley County. And the Chairman of Explore Charleston's Board of Governors, Lynn Hussein. I don't think, I've been on this about 5 years. I got in right when things were really boiling, I guess, when we were building the first wing over there and used to have 5-hour meetings and stuff like that. You can see what happens when people do work together and come together with what we now have. And this really is an economic engine that is required by the citizens of our state and citizens locally. I don't think anybody's going to argue that it sure looks very nice. And we've come a long way. So it's a real pleasure to be in front of you today at this point. And believe it or not, even though we've got some other things going on, they don't warrant a special meeting like we're having today. This is a pretty exciting milestone. After a record-setting year, we have no doubt that unfortunately our zip code has been discovered on an international basis, and they are coming. So like all major economic projects, today is only possible because of the support and commitment and years of dedicated work from our partners, including the South Carolina Department of Commerce, South Carolina Department of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism, Charleston County, and Explore Charleston. With that, I'd like to introduce you to this guy I just met. All I can tell you is he's from Britain. Simon Brooks.
Good afternoon. The suspense and intrigue is eating me up, and I know what I'm going to say. So thank you very much, Walter, for your warm welcome. What I do want to say is that I am absolutely delighted to be here today to announce a brand new service by British Airways beginning next April, flying from Charleston International Airport to London. into a new city in the United States is just about as special as it gets, and we don't do these things lightly. If I can just give you a little bit of information about the flight itself, it will begin on April the 4th next year, 2019. It will start as 2 services a week. I can tell you the specifics are that the BA 221 will depart from London at 5:20 p.m. on the 4th of April and will arrive into Charleston at 9 p.m. local time. And the BA 220 will return that evening, departing Charleston at 10:50, arriving back into London the following morning at 11:50 in the morning. So those are just the details of the actual flight itself. The wonderful news about this as well, and I will be preaching to the converted here, is that we're using one of the best aeroplanes in the world, which is a Boeing 787. Now starting to talk about the technical nature of a Boeing, but between us, I'm not really an aeroplane guy, so I'll keep, but I can tell you that as someone who has flown on the Dreamliner many times, this has been a game changer for us at British Airways. This aircraft is fantastic. It will have 3 classes of service. We call our business class Club World, and Club World is essentially 35 fully flat beds in business class. We have a premium economy that we call World Traveller Plus, and there will be 25 premium economy seats, and the economy cabin will have 154 seats on the Boeing 787-8. I can tell you that everybody that purchases a ticket on British Airways will have access to free in-flight entertainment, complimentary food and drinks, and everything will be delivered with a quintessential British service style. I just want to finish by saying a couple of things. Please, please don't think of this as just a flight to London. Out of Heathrow, we fly to over 130 destinations. So I don't think it would be an understatement to say that we really are opening up the rest of the world through the city of London. So we really look forward to, if you want to stay in London, I'm a little biased, I think it's the best city in the world, I'm sorry. But if you want to make other choices, then there really is a whole plethora of opportunity there. The last thing I want to say is that it has taken so much work to get to this point. There are too many people to thank, but there is one person that I want to speak about personally, and that is Helen Hill. Thank you, Helen. Your tenacity, if you haven't met Helen, she is a force of nature, and I think you spent more time at my head office in London than I have over the last 10 years, but it's been an absolute pleasure, and now the fun and the hard work starts from here. Thank you so much. This is a wonderful day for us. I hope it's a wonderful day for you as well, and I believe I'm now going to pass over to Bob.
It's an absolute pleasure for me to be here today for this exciting announcement. Over the last 8 years that I've been heading the Commerce Department, I've had the opportunity to make a lot of exciting announcements, many of them here in the greater Low Country area with my friends here. But I can't think of anything that's been more exciting to me personally than the establishment of an international flight from Charleston to Europe. It's been something that my friend Dwayne and I and others have been talking about for some time. In fact, when Dwayne and I probably first met for breakfast about 8 years ago, I said, you know, we need to have a flight to Europe. Yes, I sure did. So I'm very excited about this. This is just a great announcement for the Low Country region, but it's actually a great announcement for South Carolina. it gives us a different face to the world. And so Simon, now, a couple of times a week, we will send a piece of chocolate back to the mother country, just for a little stay every day. But my friends, Dwayne, and tenacious is not a word that quite reaches the level that you need for Helen. But yes, Helen was our pusher, to say the least. And I can't say enough about what both of them have done to make me spend all this money. To put it simply, the cliche is game changer. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a game changer for South Carolina. I happened to preempt this morning. I was making a speech in Columbia with a small group of about 50 people that are doing some work for us, business people from all over the state. And I said, if y'all can all keep a secret, we can lock the doors. I'm going to tell you something that's getting ready to be announced today that broke into spontaneous applause. Everybody gets what this means for us. Katerina, sitting right here, thinks I did it just for her. Which I did, Kat. That's exactly what I did. We often use these phrases in our business, globally connected, to describe our state's economy, which it truly is. South Carolina leads the nation in the creation of jobs through foreign investment amongst the 50 states. This is something most people don't know. We have had a remarkable run. David's sitting here nodding, he knows. On a per capita basis, no one creates more international-based jobs than the state of South Carolina for 5 of the last 7 years. That I can tell you is a fact. We have over 130,000 people in our state, our fellow citizens and neighbors who work at foreign-owned companies. So it's clear that businesses and business leaders travel to and from our state frequently. The leadership from British Airways recognizes this. They saw the strength of this market as a top destination for international business. It was not an easy discussion. As I understand it, we've become the smallest point of international activity for British Airways. Is that not correct? So in the United States. So we are the smallest international market in the United States. What that means is probably a little more money. But anyway, from an industry recruitment perspective, South Carolina's already provides excellent access to our major business points. In fact, I wish I had flown here today because there was a wreck on I-26 and it's been very hairy getting in, winding my way back through 176. So now that with these new flights, the state will offer connectivity to Western Europe, further enhancing our marketability as a top destination for business in the United States. I want to thank everyone that's been involved. It's been a remarkable time. This announcement, I think, shows really the strength of Team South Carolina. Multiple agencies, both on the state and local level. We've managed to keep it secret from almost everybody for a heck of a long time. Multiple elected officials. My dear friend, Senator Campbell, who he and I talked about it frequently. It was hard for me to get him to keep it a secret. Y'all know Paul, right? Anyway, speaking on behalf of Team South Carolina, I would like to personally thank Dwayne Parrish for what he did. He put up with me and I put up with him all the way up until our last phone call yesterday, I think, where I was still hammering about the agreement. But anyway, I want to thank all involved, the leadership at British Airways, Simon, and the team that we met with, the Aviation Authority, Walter. Walter told you I was from Charleston. Hell, y'all knew I was from Charleston when I got here. Charleston Convention and Business Bureau with Helen. It's been amazing. And then, of course, Dwayne at TRT. Now, one of the things that we will do at Commerce is we will be promoting the heck out of this with our business community, starting today. And we'll be doing direct communication with our businesses. You will be surprised how many businesses we have in this state that are European-based. And this will open a door for them, and I know this will be a big success, like we have had amongst our team here in South Carolina. Thank you very much. What a great day for South Carolina. Thank you.
I'm Dwayne Parrish, Director of South Carolina Parks, Recreation, and Tourism. Wow, just wow. I mean, this is a big day. As Bobby mentioned, we first brought this up 8 years ago and said, look, one of the things on our bucket list while we're here, we really want to make happen is have an international flight into Charleston. We have international flights now, but this is our first overseas flight. And this is a big deal. People say, wow, for 8 years I have marketed our state over in Europe, and I have gone with my counterparts in North Carolina and Georgia. People ask me why. I say, because I have to. They can't get here without going through those states first, be it Charlotte or Atlanta. This is a game changer. You've heard that word a lot, but it truly is. And it's not an overused term when it comes to this. We average about 750,000 international visitors to our state, of which nearly 250,000 are overseas visitors. This opens that door up for those overseas visitors. It truly does. London is a gateway to the rest of Europe for us to draw international visitors. This is not only a big deal here, this is a big moment in Columbia, this is a big moment in Myrtle Beach, this is a big moment in Hilton Head. The average international visitor stays longer, spends more, and visits several states and several destinations when they come. Charleston will be a hub for that. They will go to other places along our wonderful coast and likely visit the other states of North Carolina and Georgia. But I get to say they're coming into South Carolina this time. This changes the game. You think about the weather in London. Sorry, Simon. This time of year, look at today. But in London, it can be a little cooler, a little wetter. What a great place to come to Charleston and a great time for us. I cannot wait for April to come around. And so we have year-round weather for golfers, year-round weather for people who are interested in history, architecture, and all the wonderful things that make Charleston the #1 destination for readers of Condé Nast and Travel + Leisure magazine. They are here, they're coming, and I can't wait for them to get started. And I want to say a special thanks, Simon, to you from British Airways, and my dear friend Helen Hill for all you've done. I know this is a long haul, but this is a trip well worth made. And it's an exciting time to be here. But thank you, and appreciate you putting our trust in us, Simon. We will deliver and not let you down, I promise you. With that, I will introduce the great Senator Paul Campbell, also the Chief Executive Officer of the Charleston Airport Commission.
It's a huge day for South Carolina. And it couldn't have happened without all the people that got involved in this project. And I can tell you why Simon and CEO and Executive Director of Charleston Aviation Authority.
Mr. Campbell, so we have a huge announcement today.
Well, this is something we've been working on for years. It's always been our strategic plan to bring an international connection to Charleston. British Airways allowing us to do that. So in April next year, there's at least 2 flights a week going to London, to Heathrow, where they also have 130 connections going into other places in Europe. This is a gateway to Europe from South Carolina. It's a gateway to Europe from the United States. But this is not only big for the Low Country, it's big for the state of South Carolina. Because this is something the Department of Commerce, Parks and Recreation and Tourism, and the governor has been pushing us to do for a long time. We're a big airport, we're big enough now to handle it, and so we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to make British Airways successful with this flight. It's going to grow other airlines for us and grow other flights for us. So this is not only a big day for South Carolina, for Charleston and the airport, it's a historical day because we're taking off for the future.
What did it take to bring them here?
Listen, it's something that goes on for more than 1 year. We got to get their interest first, and we can do that by showing them that we have the potential of returning cash and making them money when they started here. They're not interested in doing this for charity. They're interested in doing it to make money. And we convinced them we have enough tourism and business class to at least fill up a couple 787s that are made right here to go to London at least twice a week. We hope to expand that and make it grow. We're going to work on that because we think this brings other connections to Charleston to make the connection to London. So I think it's going to be big for us. It's probably taken us 3 or 4 years to get this going. It's taken a lot of folks to help, Congress help, PRT help, the governor helped. I mean, you can't, local officials help. This airport staff has worked very hard. Helen and her group at CBB has worked very hard. So this is a concentrated effort that's come to fruition.
There was saying that 20.2, estimate $20.3 million
$20 to $22 million is the economic impact for this part. And that's just to start off with, because we think we can do better. It gives Commerce and PRT a chance to bring more people to Charleston, bring more businesses to Charleston, not only Charleston, but South Carolina. So this is not only, it's a step forward, but we think it's going to be a minimum of $20 to $22 million economic impact for this part of the world.
But it's going to add jobs too.
It's certainly going to add jobs. As we grow jobs, grow businesses, it's going to add jobs. And I'm talking about good jobs with compensation and benefits. So this is what it's all about. We have 142 businesses in the Tri-County area now with European roots. So that's going to help them get back and forth. It's also going to attract other European and other British companies to come over here and create opportunities.
We're all going to need experience.
Do you want an interview with the airport director? He's giving